On a rural excursion, I noticed a group of my friends playing a ridiculous game. They suspended an empty Coke bottle with a rope from a tree branch and made it swing like a pendulum, and then they began aiming at it from a safe distance with a rifle. I approached them and decided to give it a shot. What exactly is this? Gun? How do you film it? What exactly is expected? Let me try hitting this bottle. He pulled the trigger without thinking, scattering bottle fragments in all directions, and my pals screamed in awe. I later found that they had tried for an hour and that 3 of them had won shooting prizes, but they had failed. I would have failed if I had known all of this ahead of time. We would not have done anything without the courage of ignorance, since we assume failure from the start. That is why I was not surprised to read about the young American man who arrived late for class and discovered an unsolvable equation on the blackboard, so he copied it and assumed it was his homework. As a result, he went home and remained up until he finished solving this equation and delivered it to his teacher the next day. The professor was taken aback and demanded that the youngster tell him the truth. This equation has no solution. So math instructors throughout history believed. It was written on a whiteboard by the professor as a model for impossible to solve equations. The pupil who was unaware of the truth solved it in one night. Here, we must have the courage of ignorance and not consider the difficulty of what we face, nor the number of people who have failed before us. This is the only possible path to success, but if the ghosts of fear surround us before we begin, those predatory black dogs will come out to tear us apart before we take a step. Conclusion: the courage of ignorance is a paradoxical concept that can yield both benefits and harms. On the positive side, it often empowers individuals to take risks and pursue endeavors they might otherwise avoid due to fear or doubt. This uninhibited approach can lead to unexpected successes, innovation, and personal growth, especially in situations where overthinking and excessive caution could be limiting. However, the downsides are significant. This type of courage, stemming from a lack of awareness or understanding, can lead to reckless decisions and actions. It often results in avoidable mistakes, misjudgments, and failures that could have been mitigated with more knowledge or insight. In extreme cases, it can even lead to dangerous situations or harm to oneself and others. Thus, while the courage of ignorance can spark bold moves and breakthroughs, it's a double-edged sword that requires careful consideration.